Welcome to the midnight edition of the Check-In Report. I am your humble host, True and Living. Shout out to everybody. Let's get to the festivities. Now, if you don't know about this story, Melyssa Ford, she jumped out of the window. If you don't know Camron, he told a story about him and Mace going to I believe there was at some type of prostitution house or something like that, and Camron just told a story about how Mace and Cam ran a train on a woman that was in a prostitution house, right? Melyssa Ford, she hears the story and insinuates that there may have been underage women at play here. That's a wild accusation. And to her credit, I'm going to give her credit because she did apologize. She understood that and listen, especially in this era, that's big of a woman to apologize. You don't see a lot of women taking accountability. You don't take a lot of women, saying, you know what, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said what I said. Let me fix it. So I want to salute Melyssa Ford for at least apologizing for what she said. But you have to realize that, you said what you said. You did put what you said out there. Nobody made the rational decision to, delete that segment, to delete that, the things you said about the underage girls at play. Nobody made the wise decision to delete that. So ultimately it went out into the atmosphere. And it's not up to Cam to accept the apology. That's a wild accusation. And you see the ramifications of saying those types of things, throwing those allegations out there. I mean, look at Diddy. Look at what Diddy's going through right now. Look at what Bill Cosby's went through. Look at what Harvey Weinstein is going through. Look at what R. Kelly went through. So to throw these wild accusations at somebody, with no facts, no proof, no evidence, I can't. I'm not too mad at Camron. And Camron, he did the sucker stuff. He had to expose Melyssa Ford, because Melyssa Ford, no disrespect to her, but she has a past. A lot of these women from back in the day, those video girls, those video hoes. Shout out to Sinclair. I see Sinclair's checked in. Salute to Sinclair. But a lot of these video, girls, they have a checkered past. They dealt with a lot of, superstars from the past. Rappers, R&B stars from the past, and that's going to creep up on her. And what Camron did, he pretty much exposed that Melyssa Ford, in her youthful years, in her younger years, when she was working at a bar, at some type of NYC bar, that she had a late night encounter. A late night encounter with, hold on, let me see if I can find it. This man. Colors. I am a nighttime walker. She had a late night encounter with I want to call him Mr. T, Ice-T of SVU fame. And old school rapper, West Coast legend. Camron said that she was getting piped down in a New York club in the bathroom, face down, ass up, by who? Miss Ice-T, Mr. High Roller, Mr. Original Gangster, Mr. 6 in the morning police at my door, fresh city to sweeping from the bathroom floor. And I'm not surprised. that Melyssa Ford, a lot of these video girls, they have a checkered past. Shout out to Dakota Dakota Strange, I see is checked in. So salute to everybody that's in here right now. We got 5 people in here. Salute to everybody that came out. But Melyssa Ford has a checkered past, and she can't run from her past. She has to deal with the realization that, you know, these things are going to get brought up. I understand, you know, you're a 40 plus, you know, MILF now, and you know, you're not in videos anymore. But you know, these things are going to have to, you know, they're going to get brought up, especially when you insinuate that, you know, that 2 men, you know, were dealing with, you know, underage girls. Let's make no mistake here. I just want you guys to realize, make no mistake that Melyssa Ford was wrong. And I'm gonna give her props for at least apologizing and realizing that what she did was wrong. You know, and ultimately I can't get mad at Cam for going in on her, because I'm taking into account the environment we live in today. You see what, you know, they're doing to men. They're castrating men in the media that have these wild charges of these, you know, these sexual encounters with underage girls, and the Me Too movement. You know, they're castrating men that have wild passes. So when Cam and Mace told that story, and for her to just insinuate that there was underage girls at play, you know, she was in error for that. Sinclair says, Ice-T, the spokesman for Cheerios, man, do things change. Yeah, you know, I am a nighttime walker. 6 in the morning. Listen, man, Ice-T, man, Mr. SVU. Cam said, you know, she was getting back shots in a New York club by Ice-T. You know, it is what it is. Dakota says, I think I'm gonna change my name to Dakota soon. It's Doctor. Oh, it's Doctor. Oh, it's Doctor, right? It's not the. Well, I thought it was Dakota. So it's Doctor Strange. I'm bugging. My fault. Doctor Strange, like the Marvel character. I'm bugging. My fault. For some reason, I thought it was Dakota. I'm thinking like, okay, so Doctor Strange. I'm bugging. My fault. Yeah, man. But you know, Melyssa Ford, she has to check it back. We're gonna get into it now. First, what I want to do, let's play a little bit what Cam was talking about in his clip. We got to play what Cam was talking about. I think we have to get to what he said first, you know, because you know, we all heard the clip with Melyssa Ford. Melyssa Ford, if you don't know, I'll just lay it out for you guys real quick. Melyssa Ford pretty much insinuated that Cam and Mace was in a whorehouse with a bunch of underage girls, right? She insinuated that, and then, you know, salute to Joe Button in his host. They pretty much, you know, reprimanded Melyssa. They told Melyssa, nah, you wildin', to even insinuate that you're wildin'. Like, they tried to, you know, tell her like what she said was wrong. And in Melyssa Ford's credit, she did apologize. But Cam doesn't have to take the apology. You know, he doesn't have to take the apology. But let's play a little bit what Cam was talking about on his live. Let's react to that. Let's talk about that. Let's get into that.
Me and him good, we good now, but he said I never publicly apologize. Cool. I'm doing sports. I'm not bothering nobody. During these sports shows, me and Murder talk about times from back in the days. Now, mind you, so I'm taking this show. Me and May started the show March. It's December. Just to give y'all an idea what's going on.
And Cam got on that. Cam got on that Tupac get up. You know, he got the bandana tied to the front. You know, he was on a warpath. He was on a warpath with this live.
Number 2 in analytics when it comes to all debate sports shows, or sports shows period on YouTube, or analytics per month. Only people ahead of us is sports on YouTube, and this is no disrespect to no other sports shows or nothing like that.
You do music, Dr. Strange? I'm gonna check out your I'm gonna go to your page and check out your music. Yeah, I do music. Had to change it due to copyright issues. Okay, I'm gonna check out your music, bro.
It's first take. So I'm not shitting on no other sports shows, because all your sports shows, you know, gave me life to want to do this. I grew up watching Sports Center. I grew up watching Skip Bayless. Even though I talk about Skip Bayless on the show and give him a hard time, we can't act like Skip ain't a staple in the sports community. Shannon Sharp, another nigga, gave me inspiration to do it because he was being himself. Number two, we number two. Analytics, straight up and down. It is what it is. Number 2 sports show on YouTube.
Yeah, Cam got on that. He got on that. Hit him up. Tupac bandana. He was on a warpath.
With the big shows in the morning.
You already know he was on a warpath, Dr. Strange. You already know he was on a warpath. Got that bandana tied to the front. I think he even played Hit Him Up at the end of the stream.
Well, during our time that we come on, I should say. I don't want to say all the sports shows, but 8 in the morning Eastern time. First take out. Shout out to the big homie Stephen A. Smith. So during our shows, sometime me and Mace talk about old stories. I know Mace since I was 11 years old, maybe younger than that, maybe 9 or 10 years old. So we talk about old stories. And I ain't gonna be long-winded because I don't want to be up here all day. I just want to make sure everybody's super clear on why I'm doing this. During one of our shows, I was talking about how me and Mace in the 90s, so I was talking about the actual year I was talking about was 1992. We was in a whorehouse. And we just laughing, having fun. And we saying, whatever, we was in the whorehouse. Mace don't always...
Cam said he's going to drop gynecology reports on Melyssa Ford? Stop it. He said that? Where he said that at? Because I didn't see that. Dr. Strange says in the chat, he says that, excuse me, he said that Cam is going to drop gynecology reports on Melyssa Ford. I did not hear that. That's interesting. Yo, Cam going in. Cam going in.
Give me permission to talk about our old stories because, he's a man of God and he got other shit going on, but he remembers his past sometimes, so sometimes he let me talk. Anyway, I'm talking about this time we in the whorehouse and all that shit. Talking about we slid a bitch, all this shit. Cool, whatever. I see a clip where on Joe Budden's podcast where Melyssa Ford is talking about, it might have been underage girls in there.
There you go.
First of all, I only like older bitches. Second of all, it was 1992. We was underage.
And that's the thing. It's like, Melyssa Ford, she was wrong. She was wrong for what she said. To even insinuate that is wrong. Because, a lot of women in this era, they be so quick to make something a Me Too issue, to make something bigger than what it is, to make it some type of, come to Jesus moment of women being harassed, women being, sexually assaulted, hurt in some way. That's the type of era we live in, right? For her to just jump out of the window and just ultimately say, do y'all think there could have been some underage women at play or some underage women there? And Cam and Mace, they're talking about a story where Cam is saying he said that they were, at the age of 16 years old. So that tells you that, they probably they wasn't even supposed to be up in there. So but we live in that era where, a lot of people are just, really sensitive, real so you can't really clap, you can't really get mad at Cam for going in on her. Dr. Strange says he said he's gonna get the slow drip effect on her. Listen, man, I don't blame Cam, man. I don't blame Cam for not accepting the apology. I really don't. I don't blame him.
That's A and B.
Only because the reason why I don't blame Cam is because we see men losing big bags. Like we see Diddy, he just lost 30 million. We saw Bill Cosby, he had to pay some victims. He had to go to jail. We seen R. Kelly, we see his life is in shambles. Harvey Weinstein, another one. So we've seen men lose everything from these allegations or these charges, and rightfully so. A lot of those men that I did name, a lot of them they were scumbags. But to throw that to just throw those accusations to someone just hoping something sticks, that's wrong. That's wrong to do that to Camron. That's wrong to do that to Mace.
We wasn't supposed to be in there. I just turned motherfucking 60. I ain't even defending myself on that nonsense. You're not even from this country. I don't know what the fuck was going on in the whorehouses in Canada or wherever you from, or whatever pedophile shit they on, wherever you from. We not on that. I ain't even going into that. More of the story, she said it. Knowing the times we in, Joe Buttons and them went in on us.
See, even Cam realized it. Cam realizes, like, like, knowing the times we in, like, we see people losing $30 million bags. We see men getting thrown in jail. Because a lot of women are gonna say, in terms of this story, they're gonna say, well, listen, she apologized. Cam, just get over it. She apologized. But at the end of the day, when those accusations get thrown out there, and then some lawsuit pops up, and it's all because of Melyssa Ford had this stupid, accusation, then what? Then what? You know what I mean? Then, it doesn't even have to be true. It's just the fact that it's a lawsuit out there. And then now Camron has these accusations and he has this lawsuit looming. It doesn't even have to be true, but it looks bad on PR. It looks bad to corporations. It looks bad to the businesses that are, doing sponsorship deals with Camron and Mace. So it does matter. And you can't tell Cam, oh, get over it. Oh, Cam, just accept the apology. Because at the end of the day, it's affecting his bag. It's affecting his brand. It's affecting his business. So you can't just tell Cam, oh, get over it, Cam. Just accept the apology. No, you can't just accept the apology. I don't blame Cam for not accepting the apology. Dr. Strange says, underage women in the chica spot. Hell nah. LOL. I knew she wasn't from here when she said that crap. LOL. I admit, I ran into a spot of 2 in the 90s. Them chicas was full grown, fam, mega thick. And he also says if he can prove a decline in income because of the accusations, he got a case for defamation. Exactly. He's talking about defamation. He's talking about defamation. He's talking about, I think Camron should look into that. I think he should look into defamation because she was talking reckless. She was talking reckless. And don't make no mistake. Make no mistake. When people start talking reckless about white people, they call the lawyers up. They call the defamation lawyers up. So I think Cam should look into that because you can't be talking reckless about people. You can't just be throwing accusations on people hoping that it's going to stick. And what you're saying in terms of those whorehouses, Dr. Strange, I agree too. I've been in some, I hate to admit it, but I've been in some houses like that, and that's I don't approve of that lifestyle, but I have been in those types of houses before, and I had the same experience. Those women were full grown. You know what I mean? Sinclair says her attraction should cost her. It will always be floating around. Exactly. And that's what Camron said. He said, they could have deleted it. They could have edited it out. They just kept it in. And he said, either you kept it in there for the streams, you kept it in there for the clicks or whatever, for the clickbait, or you kept it in there to start beef or whatever. So, Camron is he's already on time. And it goes back to what I said, man. You can't get mad at Cam for not accepting the apology. Because at the end of the day, when it's out there, it's out there. As soon as they hit upload, they click that upload button, they click that post button, it's out there. Once you say it, once you accuse someone of dealing with underage girls and then you hit the upload button on that podcast, then, you have to deal with the totality of what you said. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation.
They're like, that's some serious allegations, this, that, and the third. But they didn't edit it out. So
see, Cam talk about it.
I take from that, they even threw her under the bus.
Cam talk about it.
Fuck it, let's get the ratings or whatever they want to do. Either way it came out, it could have been edited out. It wasn't live like I'm doing live right now. So I ignored it because it's nonsense. So I ignored the shit. We said a little something on our show, but we don't get that. We don't give. See, we don't give this type of energy I'm doing on live. that type of business on our show, my nigga. Our shit is sports and our fun. So this energy don't go on our show. This Cam energy on my own personal time. So we said a little something. I ain't even say nothing. I said, fuck the bitch. The bitch don't know what she talking about, whatever. So yesterday, whatever day, she issues an apology. I'm like, nah, don't apologize. Because I was going to address it when I felt like addressing it. But the reason I addressed it yesterday is because it's like, yo, you say that foul shit. Because that's a
salute to Dr. Strange. She says, hit that like button. Hit the and notification bell. Salute to Dr. Strange. Dr. Strange, I'm gonna have to make you a mod, man. You in here, you doing work right now. You want to be a mod, Dr. Strange? Let me know, man. If you want to be a mod, I can make you a mod right now. You know, you're doing that work right now. I'm gonna have to make you a mod, bro. Let me know if you want to be a mod. I can make it happen right now for you. Let's get back to it though.
Man, felt like that shit, like, and the times being for you to make them type of allegations, don't know what the fuck you talking about. You serious? Come on, my nigga. Stop playing with niggas, man. Anyway, she tried to apologize, and I said to myself, nah, because if I address it in a month or whenever I felt like addressing it, people gonna be like, oh, Kim, she apologized, leave it alone. You can't just say shit like that, and 3 days later, 2 days later, be like, oh, my bad, I wasn't thinking. You damn right you wasn't thinking. You wasn't thinking. Y'all shouldn't have said that. You know, that's some serious allegations. Why say that in the beginning? You not even from here. You're not even from this country. I could have went straight to Ice-T, fucked you in the bathroom for $2,000 when you was fucking doing waitressing. I didn't even go there.
Woo! Clapping at her. Was Melyssa Ford receiving back shots at a New York club from Mr. Ice-T? Was he hitting Melyssa Ford from the back? Talking about colors. I am a nightmare walking, a street man talking. Was he hitting Melyssa Ford with back shots in a New York City club? $2,000, Melyssa Ford. Stop it. Melyssa Ford is a beautiful woman. Make no mistake. We're gonna get into her past very soon, but she's a beautiful woman. Even in her older age, she's still a good looking woman. $2,000 though from Ice-T. Come on, Melyssa Ford. Don't tell me you was going out like that back in 2000. I know you wasn't like, you know, in all the videos back then. You know, it probably took a little bit longer. Actually, she was in videos back then, because Melyssa Ford was popping in like 2000, 2001. I don't know, but please don't tell me you was going out like that for $2,000, Melyssa Ford. Please.
You used to fuck in the bathroom. The Kit Kat Club, one of them old ass club, bitch. Stop. You a video vixen.
You said, oh man. Yeah, it does look good on him, Sinclair. Sinclair says the wrench looks good on your name. Welcome to the crew. Oh man. Dr. Strange says, she's Cam getting it smoky in here. You stupid. Her Vita Guerrero was the original video vix. Exactly. Don't forget Gloria Velez. She was another one. Gloria Velez was another video vixen. We're going to get into her soon because they have a video. We're going to talk about that very soon. Gloria Velez. Let me throw another one in there. Buffy the Body. Right? Dr. Strange, wasn't Vita Guerrero, wasn't she the one in the Flashing Lights video with Kanye? In that flashing Like, remember, she had the shovel. Was that Vita Guerrero or was that somebody else? Who was that? Yeah, Gloria Velez, man. Gloria Velez, man. See, they was popping back in 01, 02, 03. Like, they wasn't like, they not on the scene no more. They still look good. Like, even Gloria Velez, they still look good, but they're not the cream of the crop now. It's new girls now. But they still look good. I ain't gonna lie. They haven't fallen off completely. They still look good. Yeah, but Gloria Velez, Dr. Strange says, "Oh, Buffy. Dang, I forgot about them. Could have been Vita in that vid for sure." Yeah, I think it was Vita Guerrero. I think it was her. Yeah, in the Flash and Light videos. I remember her. She was bad too.
Anyway, so I addressed it yesterday. I'm like, nah, don't say sorry, because that's some serious shit. And I didn't even get at you the way I should have got at you. I left it alone. I'm like, this bitch is bugging. Try to say sorry. So I addressed it yesterday. So I wake up today to go on live. I'm banned for 2 days on live for who knows. I said, let me see why.
Now let me stop right there. Do you think that Melyssa Ford, tried to ban Camron? Do you think that she probably tried to, you know how people be doing the sucker stuff on Instagram? You talking about them, they may try to report your post or something like that. Oh, they're bullying me. You know how that goes, man. Do you think that Melyssa Ford possibly did that to Cam?
The picture it's been flagged and I'm banned from live. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. That shit don't bother me. All them little technology games y'all playing, nigga. I'm from the payphone era, nigga. I had a beeper.
Sinclair says Cam calling her a liar and a bathroom spitter. Yeah, man, she was in the bathroom with Ice-T, talking about colors. Okay, looked it up. Her name is Rita G. Rita G? Rita G was the girl in the Flashing Lights video? Rita G, okay.
I had a beeper, nigga. Fuck are you talking about? Shit don't bother me. So, the reason I'm doing this live is just to break that down for people who didn't even understand what was going on. I was going to leave it alone, but then she said sorry, which the sorry wasn't even genuine. That shit was fake.
And I have to agree with Camron. I agree that, I commend her for giving the sorry, but was it genuine? No, it wasn't as genuine. It wasn't like, Camron, I just want to apologize. It wasn't like really genuine and sincere. It was like, kind of like tongue in cheek. I'm sorry for what I said, and that was it. It wasn't like, Camron, I just want to say I'm sorry for, anything that I may have said, any type of damages that I may have caused to you or your brand or whatever you're doing. I just want to apologize to you. It wasn't like genuine like that, and it wasn't like a call. It wasn't like a come to Jesus moment. It was more like tongue in cheek. Sorry. Like, I commend her for apologizing, because listen, for a woman to take accountability, that's a lot. Because sometimes women don't want to take accountability for their mistakes. So I commend her for at least apologizing. But was it really a sincere, genuine apology? Not really.
I don't know, even convinced her to do this shit, but whoever did, that was smart, because that was, now if I sue niggas for defamation of character, I'm a sucker, right? Now if I sue y'all niggas for defamation of character, I'm a sucker.
Dr. Strange, she apologized on the Joe Budden podcast. She apologized and she said she was sorry. I give her that much credit. She did apologize. She did apologize on the podcast. But Camron is saying that it wasn't genuine. He doesn't feel like it was a genuine apology. He felt like it was more like forced because, the pressure was mounting or people had an issue with her. He doesn't feel like it was genuine. Sinclair says, did she say sorry? You feel that way? Kind of apology? Yeah, it was like tongue in cheek. It was like a tongue-in-cheek apology. It wasn't like, you know. Let me see. Let me see if I could. Maybe I'll pull it up for y'all. Hold on. Let me see. Because if y'all want to see it, I'll pull it up. Let's see. Melyssa Ford. Because we got more to get to of Melyssa Ford. But if y'all want to hear the apology, we'll pull it up. Hold on. Melyssa Ford apology. Apology Camron. Cause she did apologize. We got to give her at least that much credit for at least apologizing. You know, she did apologize. Hopefully, I could find it. Where is it at? The apology. Melyssa Ford apology. Let's play a little bit of from Chigs. Chig Smooth. He probably got the apology. She did apologize. I'll play a little bit of it. Let's see if I can find it real quick. This is a research show. Let's see. Where is it at? Here we go.
Today on the Joe Budden podcast, Melyssa actually took accountability, owned up to it, and apologized.
Here goes the apology. Let's hear it all together.
To Camron Mace. Here's what she said.
Throwing that out there on somebody, how serious that is. That's why I asked if you just wanted to apologize for that, because that was crazy. I did, and the way they responded, like, I commend them for it, because they could have jumped out the window and would have been well within their right for that.
Absolutely. You said, "Oh, you're gonna get your ass handed for that comment," and
I said, are you sure that you want that to be there? Because they're gonna kill you. Is what I said.
No, you didn't. But okay.
Well, either way you stood in
Your
it. Point in that conversation was valid without that.
I agree with that as well.
It didn't even need.
It didn't need it. You're absolutely right. I don't even want to say the phrase "walk it back." I'll just say I apologize. I should never have made that insinuation. They're absolutely right. And you're right. I do know they did offer grace. Because they could have said something completely differently, and I appreciate that. So you're absolutely right. I shouldn't have made that insinuation at all. What my original statement was of that I felt like it was, in poor taste considering the environment that we're in right now. That's all I could have said and left it at that.
Correct.
So yes, I apologize.
Now I know some of you.
Was that a genuine apology in y'all opinions? Y'all just heard it. Was that a genuine apology in y'all opinions? Do y'all feel like that was a shout out to Sinclair? This is a research show. But do y'all think that was a quality apology? Was that a quality apology from Melyssa Ford? Right? Dakota. Why I keep calling you Dakota? Doctor Strange. He put up the copyright law. Salute for putting up the fair use copyright law. No, I think Chigs is cool. Chigs is taking other content from other places too. I don't think Chigs is on that. Chigs understand. Yeah, but do y'all think that apology was sincere from Melyssa? I just heard it. Do y'all feel like that apology was sincere? Me personally, I don't think it. I think it was her realizing that what she said was wrong. Do I think it was sincere? No, because I don't think she factored in what those accusations could potentially do to his brand, what those accusations could potentially do to the businesses that he has, and what he's doing with Watchdog and all the sports show. I don't think that she fathomed that. So do I think it was genuine? No. Do I think that she realized what she did was wrong and she tried to apologize? Yes, I'll give her that much credit. I will give her that much credit. Sinclair says, I apologize, but I'm not walking it back. She should have addressed it by herself without prodding. Yeah, I agree. She did say that. She did say, well, I'm not going to walk back my statement. You should walk back your statement, because what your all she did was just throw accusations to a wall, hoping that something stick. That's what she pretty much did. She didn't have any, substantiated evidence or clues or anything to substantiate her saying that. So, Dr. Strange says, my main channel, All Things Strange. YouTube be trying to hit me with strikes. Yo, make sure you check out my man Dr. Strange channel, All Things Strange, on YouTube. Yeah, but that does happen to content creators. They'll hit you with the strikes and they hit you with all types of stuff like that. But this is what I want to get to, right? We have to. I don't want to play the audio because I ain't gonna lie. So it's a lot of music being played in this. But in terms of what Camron was saying, Melyssa Ford has a checkered past. She's dealt with, different rappers from the Ice-T's, as Camron said, She's dealt with the Ice-T's. She's dealt with, different people. She's done a lot. Let's just say she's done a lot. She's done a lot, and Camron had to expose her. She's with Ice-T. She also dated Flo Rida. I don't know if y'all know that, but she dated Flo Rida. She used to be with Flo Rida. So, she's bounced around in the industry. Camron is talking about her getting back shots in the tunnel. I don't know if anybody knows about the Tunnel nightclub in New York City, but he's talking about her getting back shots in the tunnel by Ice-T. I don't know if Ice-T was in the tunnel, but some bar that she used to work at. But what I want to do right now is play a video of Melyssa Ford and her checkered past. Her checkered past, man. She has a checkered past, man. Let's get into this video of her hanging out with an R&B superstar. Let's get to that. I'm not gonna play the audio because there's a lot of songs in this audio, but let's get to it. Cisco. Cisco. That thong, that thong song guy. Let's get to this video. Melyssa Ford. Cisco, he just talking, I think this was like on a Smack DVD or something like that. I forgot what DVD this was on, but it was on one of them DVDs, or either like some type of MTV All Access. Remember MTV used to have the backstage or the All Access for the videos, or the BET used to have the All Access, behind the scene video. This is like one of those moments. Oh, Dr. Strange, you know about this. Okay, you know about that. Now look at Melyssa Ford. Look at that. Look at her. Is that her? That's her. That's her. Who did I say? Gloria Velez. Look at her. Hanging out with Cisco. Having a little late night, She's been in the industry for a minute. Hanging out with Cisco. And listen, this is when he had the platinum. He had the platinum hair. Look at that. Cisco had the platinum hair. This is like around Unleash the Dragon. Look at the way she's looking at Cisco. Come on. Come on now. She had the girls out. Listen, Melyssa Ford, listen, she's a nice looking woman. Even back then, she was bad back then. I'm not gonna lie. But listen, we got to deal with your past. Ice-T, Cisco, Flo Rida. We got to talk about it. So they riding around. They in the car right now. And keep in mind, he had Gloria Velez and Melyssa Ford. You would be lucky to have one of them. He had Gloria Velez and Melyssa Ford in the car, in the back seat.
Double whoa.
Yo,
You should hear how often I can't go one day without somebody asking me about the 6-pack.
She wanna know about the 6-pack. She wanna be in the back seat with Cisco, and she wanna know about the 6-pack. Her and Gloria Velez. Look at them booed up in the back seat with Cisco. Melyssa Ford, you can't, you can't go around this, you got a checkered past. Sinclair says she looking at him like he is a pork chop. She looks hungry. Yeah, man. Listen, man. She know a bag when she see one. You got to think this is when Cisco was popping. He had Thong Song out. He had all of that out, man. He was he was popping out there when this was going on. He had Thong Song out. Drew Hill. He had the platinum hair. Look at him. He having a good old time with them in the back seat. See, she can't get around this. You can't get around, dealing with Cisco. You can't get around dealing with Flo Rida. You can't get around getting back shots from Ice-T. You can't get around that, Melyssa Ford.
Huh?
You can't get around that. And listen, he was up back then, too. He was up back then. And you can't front. They was looking good too. I ain't gonna lie. They was bad back then. This got to be at least 2001, 2002, or 2003 possibly. It got to be around that era.
Where my homie? That song's old.
They're going to the Cisco Estates. Look, they rushing to the hotel. Look at them. Running to the hotel. Woo!
Somebody brought me up.
Look, get them in the elevator. These are the type of dudes she was messing with. She was messing with the Ciscos. She was messing with the Flo Riders. At that point in time of her life, she can't go around it. Is she gonna deny that she was getting piped down by Ice-T? Colors. Is she gonna deny that? Is she gonna act like it never happened? Dr. Strange says a lot of them is still bad. Some of them is washed up. Some of them is washed up. Don't front. If you look up some of them, some of them is washed. See, they playing like music during the course of it. That's why I don't want to But this is the type of stuff that she can't get around. Cause what is she going? Is she going to deny that Ice-T wasn't piping her down? Back in 01, 02, 1999 or whatever it was. The reality is a lot of these video girls, they have a past, man. They got a past. The reality is they was sack chasing. Whoever was popping at the minute they was in their bedroom, they was laid up with them. They was trying to get clout from them. Whoever it was, whether it was Cisco, whether it was Diddy, whether it was Busta, whether it was Nelly, whether it was Eminem, whoever was popping at that time, Jay-Z, whoever was popping at that time, they was in their bedroom. They was trying to turn up with them. They was trying to get the clout. They was trying to be in the industry. They was trying to be in the new videos. They were trying to be, they was trying to be in the next Cisco video. They wanted to be in the next Jay-Z video. They wanted to be in the next, Ja Rule video. So what do? You got to go to the bedroom. You gotta, you might have to dye Cisco's hair platinum blonde. You might have to clip his toenails. You might have to get some back shots. Over the sink. This was a day in the life of a video vixen. This is what happens. Cisco. This was the life. This is what went down. This was the lifestyle. Dr. Strange says, oh man, he had them at the same time probably. Cisco was doing it right. Exactly. He had both of them. You got to give him credit. He had both of them. He didn't just have one. He had both of them joints. Like, come on, bro. You got to give Cisco credit. You got to give Cisco credit for having both of them. He didn't have just one. He had both of them. You got to give him credit for that. Now, not only Cisco, right? So we got to put Cisco on her, but we also got to do this. Hold on. This is what else this is something else we got to do. Benzino's talking about he smashed Melyssa Ford. Hold on. Let's get to that.
Listen, one thing about the Z-Star, I've fucked some of the most beautifulest celebrities and women on this planet, all my life.
Celebrities you don't fuck.
I'm not telling. I'm gonna wait for the book.
Let's get to Benzino. Benzino said he smashed it. She went from Ice-T to Benzino. Remember Benzino had that life of the, we're gonna rock the party. She went from Benzino to Ice-T to Cisco. I mean, come on, but I mean that's all. I mean, she don't even have a type at that point. To go from Cisco to Benzino to Ice-T to Flow Rider. I mean, man, that's a eccentric bunch, man. I mean, man, that's crazy.
Gang of them.
You went the
Yeah, Dr. Strange. She talked, Benzino put her on Front Street. He said he smashed.
You gotta give us a sneak peek of like two big ones.
I used to be the owner of the Source magazine.
I understand.
Source magazine.
You gotta give me one now.
I can.
Dr. Strange said from Ice-T to Kool Moe Dee to Jay-Z, now you wanna F with me. She was messing with Kool Moe Dee too. She was messing with Melly Mel, Kool Moe Dee.
Come on, Zeno. They probably ain't even popping no more. Give me one and let's get them trending.
I mean,
Let's get them trending tonight.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I could tell you this.
Okay, you got it. Let's go.
Yeah, we need to help. We need to be up there.
Top rappers and top actresses.
Did you fuck the brat?
Me and the brat's cool. I wouldn't.
So you got to give us one juicy
But she
name.
pretty though.
She is pretty, but just not my type.
Oh yeah, you do like dark skinned women.
I like light skin, dark skin. I love women. I've always loved women. Like I've always been known, I guess, as a
Yeah, I hung out with Benzino a few times.
I know that.
Yeah, so no, I'm just saying that you could tell.
I'm trying to figure out some of these women that he did fuck though.
Yeah, we gotta know.
No. I got a book coming.
You can't tell us one.
Let me think. Because I don't want them to be upset.
Peer pressure.
Why would they be upset? They may need this traction.
Okay.
Especially us. Come on, we're fans. You're right. Like we got to blow up. We got to be the #1 podcast.
No, but
in the world.
look at.
He's gonna talk about Melyssa Ford soon. Listen up.
It's just hard because if you tell me what celebrity you fucked, I'll tell you a celebrity I fucked.
Ooh,
I like that.
I'll tell you a celebrity I fucked.
Fair.
Yeah. Podcast over.
Who's Joe Buttons? Who's Joe Buttons? Who's Joe Buttons? The one on his podcast that female on his podcast. Melyssa Ford.
You fucked Melyssa Ford?
Yeah.
Melyssa Ford.
Oh, okay.
I was just with Melyssa the other day.
Yeah, so was he.
But you know what? But you know what,
Nah,
Melyssa, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I can see Benzino messing with the brat, man. I mean the brat, man. I don't want to even get into the brat, man.
There's a lot of women that came up when Melyssa Ford came up. And there's a lot of
She's one of the originals.
She's one of the originals, and she's absolutely beautiful. I met her in person. She's very meek. She's very respectable, right?
We all been saying that. She's a beautiful girl. Even today, she's a beautiful woman. Even then, she Melyssa Ford, she's got to be at least 40, at least in her maybe 47. I'm not trying to go in on, but she got to be at least 47. She still looks good. She looks good for her age, man.
And one thing I will say, there's a lot of women that did what she did, and they're doing things that they don't want to do right now. And to see her, regardless, she's not like an outspoken person. She's not like a very communicative person. You know what I'm saying? Rambunctious. She's like, because sometimes, like when we was on the podcast, I was like, does she talk? Why does she talk? But I was just like, but you know what? She could be doing things that other women are doing at their age that they don't want to be doing. But the fact that she, regardless of whether or not, and me and my assistant was talking about.
Listen, you know, Sinclair says respectable. You know, listen, she has a past, man. And I'm not trying to judge her for her past. Listen, you know, maybe like being a video vixen for her, maybe it was like her college phase. If anybody who's watching this, you know about women in their college phase, you know. Women in their college phase, they use that opportunity to thought off. They use that opportunity to sleep with the men, you know, whatever men that they feel like sleeping with. Maybe being a video vixen was kind of like her, like, you know, her college phase, you know. Maybe that was her college phase. And then, you know, she ultimately grew out of it. She's not in videos anymore. So maybe that was just her college phase, you know. But ultimately, you know, she has to deal with her past. Her past is real. Her past is there. Dr. Strange says, Mr. Reed caught that word too. I mean, listen, man. We're dealing with it.
Chelsea, she's doing it. She's doing the podcast, even though she's not the best communicator. She's doing it.
Oh, Tasha K just kind of threw her underneath the bus. You know, Melyssa Ford, is she the best podcast? Is she like a female podcaster? You know, she kind of threw her underneath the bus.
At my video shoot.
Yeah.
And we kicked it. And I don't want to just say like I fucked it, you know what I'm saying? We went on a date, you know what I'm saying? We kicked it.
How much money?
He took on a date?
None.
He didn't spend no money on her?
Like I flew her from Canada.
He just flew her out. That's what he did. What he did was flew her out. Think about it. Melyssa Ford she's a beautiful woman. Benzino said all I did was fly her out. I ain't spend no money on her. You know? Maybe some chicken wings and French fries. That's about it. But I ain't spend no money on her. I ain't do all of that. You know, I wasn't whining and dining her. I gave her a coach plane ticket. Flew her out to Boston. I think that's where Benzino's from. Flew out to Boston. You know, gave her some lip D. Send her on her way. Yeah. That's what Benzino's saying.
So you spent money on her.
Okay, well, on a plane ticket, but I didn't like it.
Exactly, Dr. Strange. That was her Freaknik phase. That was her college phase. You know?
Not direct.
Okay. But she doesn't give me gold digger type though.
Not at all. She's a real sweet person. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I was very shocked.
The gem.
Was that a good one?
Shout out to Tasha
for
giving us a gem.
That's not a good one?
No.
She got us a gem right there.
So Benzino pretty much confirmed that, you know, he was smashing Melyssa Ford, you know. At the end of the day, I mean, Melyssa Ford, she has a past, man. She has a past. And, you know, not to like go in on Melyssa Ford, because a lot of women have a past. You know, Melyssa Ford is not the only woman with a past. A lot of women have a past. A lot of men have a past. Everybody has a past. So, you know, not to go in on her, but the reality is all of these men are in the industry. From the Benzinos to the Ice-T's to the Flow Riders. I mean, it's to being a video vixen. I mean, all of these things are a part of your past, Melyssa Ford. So, you know, for you to be throwing these accusations on people, and you don't think people are going to talk about your past, you don't think people are going to bring this stuff up. You know, you getting, you know, D'd down in a New York, you know, bar by Ice-T. Colors. You know, people are going to bring these things up. They're going to talk about it. They're going to go in on it, you know. Just the reality of the situation, you know, just being honest with you, you know. They have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. We have to, you know, ultimately, how I feel, she was wrong. I talked about her in Flow Rider already. But ultimately, I just feel like, you know, she was wrong. She did apologize. You got to give her credit for apologizing. But you can't tell someone when to accept the apology. They either accept the apology or they don't. At this point, at this juncture, Camron does not accept the apology. He doesn't accept it. And you can't make him accept it. You know, you talked about him crazy. You said, you know, he possibly could have been messing with underage girls. I mean, that could do a lot to someone's brand. That could hurt someone's brand. Brands may say, you know what? Diddy got all these accusations. Bill Cosby got all these accusations. Let's get away from Camron. You know, he talks a little bit too reckless on his podcast. Let's pull away from him. He's not safe enough to give our marketing dollars to. Let's pull away from him. That could happen. That could happen. That's real. And then you just throwing accusations to the wall, hoping something sticks. I mean, that's real. So I don't blame Cam. I don't blame Cam for not accepting the apology. Because if somebody pops up, you know, with a lawsuit and they say, Camron did this to me, Camron and Mace, they did that to me, you know, then what? Is Melyssa going to say sorry, or is Melyssa going to just say, see, I told you so? What is Melyssa going to do? I mean, the damage is already done. As soon as you hit upload, as soon as you hit the post button on that podcast and you decided not to edit that clip out where you said he was doing these things, or it's possible that they could have done this thing, insinuating these things, you know, that was just very reckless endangerment of the truth. That's what that was. That's what that was. You know? And just because, you know, you're a little pretty little, you know, high yellow heifer, respectfully, pretty little high yellow, you know, Jezebel, you know, we're not going to just take your apologies for face value, you know. Was it genuine? I don't think so. Dr. Strange says, every time you say colors, I fall out, yo. Colors. I am a nightmare walking. Well, let me see the Ice-T Colors song. Hold on. Let me put them up. Let me put them up on the screen. Hold on. Let's have some fun tonight. Why not? You know, it's Friday. It's Friday morning. Why not? Let's just have some fun tonight. Let's look up the Ice-T Colors lyrics. Hold on. Because Camron saying, you know, Melyssa Ford was getting D'd down by, you know, Ice-T. You know, it's kind of crazy. It's like, you know, maybe let me put the colors lyrics on the screen. Why not? Yeah, why not? Let's put the colors lyrics on the screen. You know, let's ride out tonight. Let's ride out tonight on Melyssa Ford. You know, why not? You know, little high yellow girl talking crazy about Camron. Let's ride out on her. You know, why not? You know, let's look up them Ice-T Colors verses. I'm on my email. Hold on, my fault. Let me get out of here. Nigga went to my email. Let's look at them Ice-T them verses though. Let's look that up real quick. You know? I need the colors lyrics. You know Ice-T, and the thing about Ice-T, he's like some type of fake pimp too. Like he be talking crazy about going hard on these hoes. You know? So, you know, I find that kind of interesting that Melyssa Ford would mess with him, you know? It kind of tells you, like, you know, she messed with whoever's popping at the time. She don't have a type. Whoever has money is her type. Because to go to Ice-T, then to go to Cisco, then to go to Flo Rida, it just seems like she just goes to whoever's hot at the time. You know, whoever's hot at the time, she's running to that dude, you know? Ice-T, he on SVU. He in the club. I'm on him. Cisco, he got the thong song popping. You know, I'm in the video. I'm going to him. You know, Flo Rida, he got the hot song out at the time. I'm running to him. But let's get to these Ice-T lyrics. You know, colors. Yo, let's do this. Colors. I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking, king of my jungle, just a gangster stalking, Living life as a firecracker, quick as my fuse. Vendettas of death back, the colors I choose. Red or blue, cause it's cuz or blood. It just don't matter. Sucker dive. He was talking that talk on here, you know? Sucker dive for your life when my shotgun scatter. The gangs of LA will never. They just multiply. Colors. The classic Colors record of Ice-T. You know? Melyssa Ford, you know, she just wanted, you know, she wanted some thug loving, you know, she wanted to, you know, she wanted to mess with Ice-T. You got to think how eclectic this woman is, man. To go from Ice-T to Cisco, like let me pull up pictures of Cisco. This will give y'all a look at it, because a lot of people thought Cisco was zesty. A lot of people thought Cisco was like suspect. So for her to go from him to Ice-T is kind of interesting. It's like, yo, like she really was just messing with whoever was hot at the time. Like it didn't matter. It really didn't matter who it was. Like as long as you had a hit record or you was on a TV show, it did not matter to her. It did not matter. Because those are two eclectic type of dudes right there. Those are like two different dudes on the spectrum. Like those are not like, you know, they're not like similar. Cisco. Come on, man. He had a blonde shag. Look at this dude. Come on. She went from Ice-T to this man. Look at this man. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what it's gonna be. Do you see me like me? To go from Cisco to Ice-T is crazy. Like what is your type at that point? You have no type at that point. There's no way you have a type at that point. There's no way. There's no way you have a type. To go from these two dudes, from Cisco to Ice-T, from colors to thong song. Tell me that thong. She went from colors to that thong to the thong song. Nah, that's crazy, man. It tells me that Melyssa Ford, she's choosy. She's a choosy girl. You know? She's choosy. You know, as soon as your record flop, she'll be on to the next one. You know? She would Buster one week, she would Puff the next week, she would Cisco this week, you know? Next week she laid up with Aaron Hall, next week she laid up with Keith Sweat. Next week she's with Jay Holiday. Next week, you know, she was just going through the time phases. Whoever was hot at the time. Dr. Strange said, "Tell me, tell me what it's going to be." Remember that? That's my J. Oh yeah, don't forget. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Tell me it's not good enough for you, babe. Tell me. He was on that, man. This is Cisco. And you gotta think this is like Cisco back in like 1999, 2000, when he had to unleash the dragon. So he was popping around that time. That's why she was messing with him. She was messing with him because he had the, you know, he had the hot song. He was lit. Cisco was lit. Cisco was like the Uzi Vert of his time. You know, because he had that zesty looking face, you know. He was looking zesty. He had the zesty outfits. He had the platinum hair. You know, look at him. But listen, he was in a hotel room with Gloria Velez and Melyssa Ford, you know? He was lit. You can't tell me Cisco didn't look zesty. But look, he had Melyssa Ford though. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Tell me it's not good enough for you, baby. Cisco, get out the mirror. You know, get out the mirror for a second. Put down the platinum, the platinum dye for a second. Let me talk to you for a second, bro. Let me talk to you for a second, man. What happened in that hotel room with you and Melyssa Ford and Gloria Velez? What happened? You know, what happened? Oh man, too crazy, man. Too crazy. Sinclair says choosy, you mean floozy. Nah, but Sinclair, the reason why I'm saying Melyssa Ford was choosy is because, you know, she went through the time. Cause you gotta think about the time. Cause like salute to Jadero. I see Jadero checked in. But I'm factoring in the time period. Cause you gotta think the reason why I'm saying she's choosy is because she dealt with whoever was hot at the time. Cause you gotta think in 1 year, Cisco was popping, right? Okay. He had the thong song. She's laid up with Cisco. Next year, what happened? She probably laid up with Puff 1 year, right? Puff got the hot single out. She laid up with Puff. Next year, Puff went cold. She laid up with Flo Rida one night. You know, Flo Rida got low popping, you know. Next week, she laid up with Jay Holiday. Next week, she laid up with, you know, Tank. Next week, she laid up with Chris Brown. Next week, she laid up with Drake. She was choosy. You know, she didn't just stay the course with one artist. She didn't say, you know what, Cisco, he ain't got the hits right now. You know, Unleash the Dragon, it only sold 30 units. Let me stand by Cisco. She went to whoever was hot at the moment, she ran with whoever was hot at the moment. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying she was choosy. She was a floozy, but she was choosy. You know, she ran around the industry sashaying around. You know, Dr. Strange says the time she was with Morris Day. she was with Morris Day. She probably was, you know, she was with Ray J. Ray J smashed all of them. You know Ray J. Ray J is an infamous sniper. You know Ray J probably had her. If Benzino smashed Melyssa Ford, Ray J definitely had it. He definitely had it. There ain't no way. If she let Benzino and Ice-T smash, I don't see why she wouldn't let Ray J smash. I mean, you got to think about the type of dudes she was messing with. Ice-T, Flo Rida, Cisco. You know what I mean? I don't see no reason why Ray J couldn't smash. Yeah, Jadero said Ice-T hit it for 2,000. LOL. That's what Camron said. Camron said Ice-T was hitting that. Ice-T, you know, he had a, you know, he had over the bathroom sink talking about colors. That's what he was doing. You know? And, you know, she's been a video vixen for, you know, a very long time. You know, she's been in the industry. I think she was in the Big Pimpin' video. Let me look that up. Melyssa Ford, Big Pimpin' video. I remember she was in the Big Pimpin' video, you know? You got to think, all of these women that we talking about, the Melyssa Fords, the Gloria Velez's, you know, they're all throwback hoes at this point in time, you know? They're all throwback hoes. And you know, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not trying to get on them because listen, some of them still look good. Melyssa Ford, she still looks good at her age. Or Gloria Velez, she still looks good at her age. But they're all throwback hoes. If we're being honest. Yeah, look, it's the Big Pimpin' video. She was in the Big Pimpin' video. She was in the Big Pimpin' video. How old was she in the Big Pimpin' video? Cause she talking about Cam was probably had underage girls or whatever. How old was she in the Big Pimpin' video? How old was she when she was getting her cheeks clapped at the club with Ice-T? She don't want to talk about that. See, that's the thing with women in this era. Because they so quick to make it a Me Too moment. They so quick to make it a Me Too moment, a sexual victims moment. But they don't want to talk about all the thotting and bopping they was doing back in the day. Melyssa Ford, she don't want to talk about when she was getting her cheeks clapped by Ice-T in the club. She ain't going to talk about that. She ain't going to talk about how she was a young, fresh girl and pulling up to the music video. She was trying to be in a Jodeci video. She was trying to be in the 112 video when she was too young to be in the video. She don't want to talk about that. But they so quick. Oh, underage girls well, you ain't talking about all the times when you was underage and you was being fresh and you pulled up to the functions that you wasn't supposed to be there. They don't want to talk about that. That's my issue. Jadero says, yeah, but they're tight. They don't get their flowers though. They don't deserve no flowers, man. Listen, man, they were just video vixens at the time, They're replaceable. They're video vixens now. They'll be video vixens next, from 20 years from now. They were just video vixens of the time, They had their time in the sun. Now it's time for new girls to have their time in the sun. I think some of them are salty because it wasn't no money. It wasn't no money in being a video vixen back then. It's money in, because you got to think, if think about it. If you in a Future video, you in a Drake video today, you can make your OnlyFans tomorrow, and you could be sitting on 500 mil. You could be sitting on 50 mil. You see how them OnlyFans girls is making money? Think about it. The video vixens today, if Drake got a bad chick in his video today, or Future got a bad chick in his video today, she could make an OnlyFans, tomorrow. And she'd be 50 mil up. So I think a lot of them are kind of sick. They kind of wish they would have came out around this era because they could have really kicked off. Melyssa Ford wasn't making no money back then. She wasn't making no money. She pulled up to the video, She pulled up to the Ja Rule video. Ja Rule was like, hey, you trying to pull up to the hotel? I got some ecstasy. I got some Hennessy. You trying to pull up? And that's what happened. That's what it was. That was their payday. They may get a little $50, maybe a plane ticket to fly them out. That's about it, though. They wasn't making no money back then. You think them video vixens was making money back then? They was not making a dime back then. They probably get a couple, maybe like $100 in their pocket, a flight ticket, free bottle of Henny and some pills, and that was it. Sent them on their way, They were lucky. They were lucky to get into a hotel room with a Ja Rule or a Cisco or something like that. They were lucky for that to happen. They hit the jackpot then. Sinclair says, you mean rentals. She prowling Drake on Degrassi. She is from Toronto. All this time I thought Melyssa Ford was from America. I didn't know she was from Toronto. I know she was a Canadian resident. Let me play that video one more time because I thought it was hilarious, this video. For those that didn't see it, let's just play it one more time. I'm not gonna play the audio because there's a lot of music in this video, but I do want to play the video though. Let's play this video one more time. Her with Cisco. Her in 2001 or 2002 laid up with Cisco and Gloria Velez. This is just an interesting video and an interesting time. Cause she can't escape this. My man Cisco had the platinum blonde. He had the platinum hair, bro. Platinum chain with the platinum hair, with the platinum bracelet. He had that Def Jam record, Def Jam Vendetta bracelet on his arm. Living the life, man. Great times, you know. But Melyssa Ford, you can't escape this, you know. You was a video hoe, you know. You got D'd down by Cisco. You got D'd down by Benzino, you know. Look at her. She was fine back then, too. She was fine. Look, Gloria Velez. Oh, my goodness. This was a good night. This was a good night. This was a good night. Who wouldn't want to be Cisco at this point? You got Melyssa Ford and Gloria Velez in the back seat with you. Y'all headed to the hotel. Come on. And it goes back into what, you know, women don't have a type. They don't have a type. Whoever's making the most money at the time, whoever's like, you know, popping at the time, that's their type. Women don't have a type. Women don't have a type. Cisco was zesty at this point in his career. He was zesty. A platinum Caesar. Come on, bro. He was zesty. He wasn't no thug rapper. He wasn't no DMX or Jay-Z or Ja Rule at this time. He was a zesty R&B looking dude. And look, he got two of the baddest women in the hip hop industry in his backseat. Come on now. Sinclair calls him a platinum pixie. Janelle said with the Nextel. Yeah, the Nextel, man. They was living life. But Melyssa Ford, you can't listen. We got you on pause right now. I got you on pause, ma. You can't live it down. Look, she had the girls out. You see the girls popping out that blouse. Woo! She had the girls out that night looking good for Cisco. She put all this on for Cisco to look good for Cisco. Right? She could have been looking for a husband. She could have been looking for a dude that was going to, you know, provide for her, that was going to take care. She said, nah, forget that. I'm not looking for a 9-to-5 dude. I want Cisco. I'm gonna give these cookies to Cisco. I don't care he got platinum blonde hair. I don't care he looks zesty. I'm gonna give these cookies to Cisco. You know what I mean? You know, you can't live this down, Melyssa Ford. You know, you was out there. You was out there dotting and bopping. Pop locking, dotting and bopping. Let's get to it. And she wasn't the only one. You know, you had Corinne Steffens out there. Had a lot of women out there that was doing it, you know? And let me stop this. Don't think for a second that it was just Corinne Steffens. That's the misconception. A lot of people think, oh, it was just Superhead. It was just Corinne Steffens doing that type of activity. It was multiple women doing it. It was a lot of women that was on that type of behavior back then because that was the culture back then. You wanted to be in a video. You wanted to, you know, have a relationship with the rappers. You want to get those calls. You want to be those castings. You want to be known. You want to be in all the videos. That was the rule. You gotta go back to the hotel with the rappers. You gotta drink some Hennessy. You gotta pop some bottles. You gotta do some E-pills. That was the culture back then. So, you know, we got to stop it. She said, I don't care. He's 4'11". Man, she said, I don't care if he's 4'11". I don't care if he looked like a platinum pixie, like Sinclair said. I don't care if he looks zesty. I'm messing with Cisco. I'm giving the cookies to Cisco tonight. I am letting Cisco unleash the dragon on me. That's what Melyssa Ford said. She ain't care. She was trying to, you got to think. Also, another thing that y'all got to realize, we got 6 people in here. Make sure y'all like and comment. Make sure y'all subscribe, right? You got to think, in this era, this was the clout. Because you know how women in this era, like when they sleep with a rapper, they may like take pictures of him. Like, you know, when they have sex with a rapper, they may take a pictures of him sleeping or something like that. And that's like their clout. or a girl might go on a podcast and talk about, how, a rapper's D was or something like that. You got to think, in this era, this is like 2001, 2002, this was the clout. To be like, in a video with a rapper, or be in some type of behind the scenes with a R&B artist or rapper, this was the clout back then. This was before MySpace. This is before Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. This is before all of that. So this was the clout back then, to be on a DVD, to be on MTV, to be on BET, and to have that notoriety. This was the clout back then. So this is what they were doing back then. This is what the women were doing. Jadaro said she took that fall for all of them. Exactly, She's like, she's a pioneer. Melyssa Ford is a pioneer. She's a video vixen pioneer. We can't front, her and Gloria Velez. And they was looking good back then. You can't take it. You can't take that from them. It was bad. It was bad back then. But we can't sweep your history underneath the rug, There's no mystery to your history. We're not going to sweep your history underneath the rug. We got to keep it real. They in the backseat. I'm going to play a little bit of it.
I don't be on y'all like, I don't be on y'all like.
No, not at all. He's a perfect gentleman.
Look, he wasn't even on them like that. They on him like that. They pulling up to him. They probably blowing up his phone. Cisco, we want to see you tonight. He like, I'm tired of y'all hoes, but I'll pull up, He wasn't on them like that. They on him. His little zesty behind, he ain't even looking for them. He looking for a boy or something like that. They blowing up his phone. He like, I guess I'll link up with y'all hoes. He wasn't even on them. He wasn't worried about them. Cisco looking for a dude.
Hi. I think they're coming with us.
Where my homie? That song's old.
Look, they headed to the hotel. Look, they rushing to the hotel. Look at them. Look at them. Woo!
Somebody told me.
Like, come on, man. Melyssa Ford, you got a history. There's no mystery to your history. And listen, you had fun. You had a good time back then. I'm sure you had good times with Cisco. You had good times with Benzino. You had good times in those videos. It was a fun time in your life. I'm sure you don't regret it. You shouldn't regret it. You had fun, But you got to deal with your past. You was a video vixen. You wasn't an honorable woman. You wasn't out there, Jadaro said, I think Miss Ford is still fine. Jadaro, here you go. Simping. I think she's still fine. Is Melyssa Ford still fine? Is she still attractive? Yes. But she's a throwback. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say this right now. Right? Melyssa Ford, she's an attractive woman. But let me ask y'all this. Why is it that when women are in the peak of their life, right? Because this is my question to you, because you said, I think she's still fine, right? Now, listen, look at her now. Look at her back then, right? Let's just take a look at her back then. She's at her peak. She was in her peak years. The cookies didn't have high mileage on them. The face wasn't sagging. The bosoms was sitting pretty. My question to you is this. Because Melyssa Ford, from what I hear, she's still single. Melyssa Ford is still single. Why in the peak years in this woman's life, or the peak years in a lot of women's life, they choose to thot and bop off? Thotting and bopping, right? In the peak years Why can't a woman find a good man? A quality man, whether he be high value or not, whether he just be just a good man all around. Why they gotta waste their peak years on men that are not trying to cuff them? Men that are just gonna thot them out. Cisco ain't trying to wife none of these women up. He probably just gonna, he's gonna go put a thumb up one of their butts. He gonna probably clap one of their cheeks. He probably even gonna have his way with the other one. Why do women waste their peak years on men that ain't trying to cuff them? Because let's be honest, Melyssa Ford, she's still a nice looking woman, but she don't look as good as she used to look when she was, back then. She was in her peak years. Why did she waste her peak years on men that wasn't trying to cuff her? That's my question. Dr. Strange says, imagine a Cisco and Puffy party. Ultimate Zest Fest. Yeah, you already know, man. At a Cisco and Puffy party, oh my goodness. Cover your drink, cover your butthole. Cover everything, man. Don't drink nothing. Don't take nothing. It is a great question. It is, Why nobody can't answer it, Why nobody can't answer that question, Why was Melyssa Ford wasting her peak years on dudes that wasn't trying to cuff her? Think about it. She wasted her peak years. She was in all the videos. She was the video vixen. She's in this video. She's in a Big Pimpin' video. She's in the DMX video. She's in all these videos. Why didn't she sit down and say, you know what? I need a husband. I'm in the peak years of my life. I need to find me a husband. She was like, nah, I'm gonna go sack chase. I'm gonna go sleep. I'm gonna go lay up with Cisco. I'm gonna go hang out with DMX. I'm gonna go hang out with Benzino. Ain't none of these dudes trying to cuff her. They had some of the baddest women on the planet. Crazy. But that's what I wanted to get to, man. I just wanted to talk about this. I want to get into this. I thought it was of critical importance that I do. Had to be talked about. It had to be, had to talk about it. But ultimately, colors. Let me do that for Dr. Strange. Colors. Oh, man. Too crazy. But, in regardless of this whole situation, Melyssa Ford was wrong. You can't blame Camron for, you can't blame Camron because ultimately he has a brand to protect, he has a show, he has marketing and sponsorships, he's trying to protect his brand. And when you insinuate that he had, he was dealing with some underage women at some type of, whorehouse or some type of, for you to say that, I think that's very, very dangerous, and it's very wrong for you just to insinuate that and not apologize. But she did apologize, but it's not for Camron to accept her apology, It's not for him to accept the apology. But it's good that she apologized. But I just want to talk about this story. I thought it was of critical importance that I talk about it. I want to give a shout out to Sinclair. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Strange, my two moderators. Shout out to Jadero, that's in the live stream right now. Shout out to Nelly too. Shout out to whoever Nelly is. Shout out to Reese. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to everybody in the clouds right now. I want to thank you guys for joining me. This is the Check-In Report, coming to you with a late night stream. Y'all guys have a good night, man. We out of here. Toodles.
Welcome to the Check-In Report. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel today.